bakers and bakerettes, how are you doing? Hope everybody's doing wonderful. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep some buttermilk cornbread, right? And I'm going to prep them using the individual loaf pan, right? So the first thing I want to do is add my cornmeal to the bowl. So I'm going to need 2 cups of the cornbread, cornmeal, to make the cornbread. Of course, this is White Lily buttermilk cornbread mix or meal. Right. So I'm going to need 2 cups of this. Stove's ready for the bread, but the bread's not ready for the stove. But that's okay, we'll get there. Alright, so that's 2 cups of the meal, and you're going to need 2 tablespoons of sugar. And you can use whatever sugar you have. And you can use whichever cornmeal you have. It doesn't have to be White Lily. Whatever brand you use, it's fine. Alright, that's the dry ingredient so far. Then we're going to need 1 egg. Okay. Right. And let me get a spatula. Okay. So to this, we're going to add our vegetable oil, which you're going to need 1/4 of a cup. And you can use any neutral oil. As I've said in many videos, you can use any neutral oil. It will work. Right. And of course I'm going to use buttermilk. And I always shake my buttermilk up. So with the buttermilk, you're going to need 1 1/4 cup. Right. And of course, if you add oil to the pan, all the buttermilk comes out. And any other milk. Whereas if you don't, it still clings in there. So I'll just take the spatula and I'll get the remaining milk. No problem. Right. So from then, you want to just basically stir it to mix it. And if you need more bread, you can actually double the recipe or triple it or quadruple it. And if you're making you can actually use this for like your regular size wrought iron skillet. If you make your cornbread in a wrought iron skillet, which I have used it before, it turns out wonderful. But I kind of like these individuals because I don't have to cut the bread. I just serve them on a tray, and everybody is like grab and go, grab and go. Love it. It just makes it a little simpler. Alright, so we have everything mixed. Some people add flour to their bread. I don't. I will do a recipe later. It's an old-fashioned one. But if I was doing hot water cornbread, yes. But just regular buttermilk cornbread, no. But to each his own. If you add flour to yours, add 1/4 of a cup of flour if you need to add the flour. Alright, so everything's mixed. So now I want to spray the baking pan. And of course, you know, I'm having a hard time finding my usual coating spray, so I'm using the Baker's Joy It seems to be working. And I'm going to spray this over the sink. So I don't have so much to clean up as far as oil. This is why I don't really like certain sprays, because the cans get clogged. See, I don't have that with the spray that I usually buy. I don't have that issue. But that's one of the issues you run into when you use certain brands. Okay, we're gonna say it's sprayed good enough. Right? So then I will take my measuring cup. Let me rinse it out. Okay. And I just take the 1/4 measuring cup. I scoop up 1/4 of a cup, and I place it in each of my individual baking cells. And this usually gives you just your average size, which is like 1 portion. No need to fill it to the top. But, you know, it depends on, you know, if you're a cornbread lover, then you may want to fill it, but I wouldn't advise it. Usually 1/4 cup and just a little over 1/4 is good enough. That's an average size, or an average portion, I would say. And then whatever's left, I just take it and I evenly distribute it within the cells. Take the measuring spoon and get the rest of that out. Right. So we'll just push this in. Now we have it. And I'll just shake it and make sure that they're evenly distributed in each of the cells, so that you don't have the middle part that poofs up, so that it bakes even. So there we have it. Right. So I end up with 8. And now I'm going to, I have my oven temperature set at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to slide these in the oven. And I'm going to allow the bread to cook. And it usually takes, you know, anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes in my oven. You can cook it at 425 if you would like, and it will cook faster. But I usually cook mine at 350. Right? So I will place you on a brief pause. I will wash all of my dishes that I have messed up, and I will place everything back in its proper place. And when it's time to remove the bread from the oven, I will bring you back into the cornbread cook. Hang tight. Hello, beautiful people. I'm back, and the bread is done, complete, finished. So I'm going to turn off the oven, and then I'm going to bring you in so that you can see what the bread looks like. As you can see, the bread is done and it is golden brown, and I'm going to remove it from the oven. As you can see, golden brown. Mini cornbread loaves. All right, Alright guys, I've taken the bread out of the oven and you've seen the final product. Now I'm going to allow it to cool for a few minutes before I transfer it to a serving dish. So I'm just simply going to place it over here on the stove, allow it to cool, and then I will remove the individual loaves and I will serve them on a serving dish. So thank you for joining me on this epic cornbread, buttermilk cornbread. Let's be specific here. Prep and cook. For those who have messaged me and asked me about preparing cornbread, here you go. This is a tutorial, and this is just one way. This is the way I prepare it. There are many other recipes that you can find. You can look on your cornmeal bag, and there's a recipe that you can use and follow on there. You can go to YouTube. There's several recipes on YouTube, and of course Google. So you find one that resonates with you, that you like, and you can make it your own, modify it. A young lady from another channel, which I shared on my community page, she took me up on the cornbread challenge last month, and she's actually created her own cornbread. It's Ashton's Crunchy Kitchen, and she's out of, I think, Oklahoma. So check her channel out and check her bread out. And it was a bread that she had tasted at a friend's, and of course it was a family recipe and they couldn't share it. So just from what she remembered from taste, she was actually able to create her own cornbread. Kudos to you, Ashton. Good job. So that concludes my prep today for the buttermilk cornbread. Thanks for joining me. As always, be kind to one another. Greet everyone with a smile. You never know what people are going through from day to day. As I say, we don't know people's mental state with all of the things that are happening, in the world today. So many terrorist attacks, so many just people going through trials, tribulations, toils, and they don't know how to cope with it, and they lash out at others. So let's just be gentle, be kind. Let's stay motivated, encouraged, enlightened, so that we can also pass that on to others, and we hope that it's the gift that keeps on giving, as I always say. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you guys on the next bake, no bake, prep, cook, DIY, apothecary, who knows. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.